Ba-ding, bing, ba-ding, ba-ba-ba-bow, do-do-do-do-ba.
Making derivative till.
There she is. There she is.
Welcome to Jill's.
You know, I really wish they'd let us play music up here. Make these long trips go by a lot faster.
It's against regulations.
Yeah, I never understood that.
They just don't want us having a dance party when a proximity alert goes off.
See, that's a dumb reason. Because we'd already be on our feet, ready for action.
I compute, you compute, we all compute.
Greetings and felicitations.
Hello and welcome to Shore Leave number 25, where we answer the question, why should Billy Campbell have been Riker? Now, I appreciate Johnny Frakes and all that he ended up doing for Star Trek.
Johnny Frakes?
But Billy Campbell...
Johnny Frakes. I don't think you... Have you earned the privilege of calling him Johnny?
I think he's... I've listened to a lot of interviews with him, and I respect what he's done. Isn't that
okay?
Enough?
But you think you can just like walk up to him and be like, "Hey, Johnny."
Hey, Johnny. Yeah, I think I could.
Okay.
I think I could.
If you own it, then that's fine.
Gene Roddenberry wanted Billy Campbell to be Riker, and I'm kind of just one of those people who are curious about what it would be like in the alternate universe in which Billy Campbell is the one who grows that beard. You know, and I didn't even know about this choice by Gene Roddenberry, except that I was listening to Saturday Night Star Trek a long time ago. Once upon a time.
In a galaxy far, far away?
Yeah, no, here on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Saturday Night Star Trek, of course, is hosted by Clobberin Times and Raquel Briggs. And Raquel was talking about how Gene Roddenberry wanted Billy Campbell. And I was like, oh my God, he would be so perfect for it. And of course, we know Billy Campbell in Star Trek because he played the outrageous Okana. And I
top five episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. I love that episode so very, very much.
I found the outrageous Okana incredibly insufferable. He was conceited. He was arrogant, superficial.
Yep.
And he was a ridiculous dullard in that crazy pirate outfit he had.
Yep.
He was like Harry Mudd, except really, really cute.
I didn't like his ponytail.
But when I learned from Raquel Briggs that Gene Roddenberry actually intended to cast Billy Campbell as Riker, I thought of it, and it's just like the more I think about it, it should have been. But I like the Rocketeer too, so I'm glad we at least have him for that.
Well, but the thing is that as I mentioned, I love the outrageous Okana. I think it's a great episode. I think it harkens back to like classic Harry Mudd-esque episodes of the original series. Like that was
I do too. But...
Season 2, season 2 is spotty. And even the outrageous Okana, the episode itself, that's the one with oh my stars, what's his name? Joe Piscopo. And like that, like Data trying to learn comedy is so cringe.
I kind of like the only part of that episode I kind of like is Data trying to learn comedy, but only because
you like that better than Billy Campbell.
Yeah, because I really love Data, but I think they picked the wrong comedian to teach Data. Whoever they picked, he was terrible. They should have picked the perfect comedian for Star Trek: The Next Generation. Would have been Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, I think it should have been Sam Kinison.
Well, those are two choices. What does the chat think? I don't know.
Is there a chat? People are here. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
All 7 of you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Switch it over to the live chat. You don't want to miss out on anything that people are saying.
Well, sure. This is Cindy Whitbeck. Hello.
Hi. Hey, Cynthia.
And so Shooter 8323 says, "Oh no, he doesn't say anything. He's singing something. Do you know the song?"
Hang on a second. I'm not wearing my good glasses.
There she goes and knows I'm dying when she says, "Who is Johnny?" Gangs with names. That girl is playing. All she says is, "Who is Johnny?" I don't know this song. Shooter 8323. Please
Johnny Guitar. Clap, snap, slap. Hello. PvP.
Yeah, it's a late night surely PvP. And do you know why? It's because I was getting super, super excited for Canadian Spiderman to have a birthday stream. And I wanted to play with Canadian Spiderman, but he...
But now you're stuck with us.
Yeah. Now you're stuck with us. Hello, Tony Starkwired.
Hey!
After the show, I'm having a reactor side chat. And no, that's great. That's great, Tony. And, PvP wants to join us here. And so, yeah, sure. Yeah, well, but you do have work tomorrow. Don't stay up too late, PvP. Oh, hey, LDG says, woke up in the middle of the night. What's going on here? I'll be back asleep before you read this. Haha, that's not true. I read it before you got to sleep. Haha.
Don't forget to subscribe to LDG's OnlyFans.
I don't know why I'm so proud of that.
What, his OnlyFans? Well, it's because you're an excellent camera woman.
Who's OnlyFans? I'm not even listening to you.
Yeah, makes sense.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Who are you talking about?
I don't know. People who are naked on camera.
When is Canadian Spiderman's party? It was going to be at midnight Central Time, but then it got pushed, so it's going to be in another 100 minutes.
Yeah.
3 people are waiting, including me.
Pretty much 109 minutes if you're... He's starting a countdown. Yeah,
well, it's
109
gonna be his birthday, so it's going to be important.
No, what? Like, are we actually... like counting down to the moment he crested from his mother's womb?
I don't know precisely the time of birth.
I think that this is arbitrary.
It is, but I haven't said hello to Pop Culture Curator, and I just wanted to say hi.
Hello there, good to see you all. Hello, everybody in the chat.
I wanted to know, how did your Texas Chainsaw Massacre go? Is that good?
Yeah, it turned out really nice. It was about 2.5 hours long. It's not that long of a movie, but yeah, I had a good time, and I think that goes the same for the rest of the people that were there. It's a good movie, classic.
I've never seen it.
I recommend it.
I've seen pieces of it, yeah. Well, because I'm Texan, I have to see bits of it, but I've never sat there and watched the whole thing, which is I need to do.
I thought it played in every restaurant in Texas.
Every restaurant.
Barbecue joint.
Yeah. Just you walk in and it's like, oh no, it's a Chainsaw Massacre. You don't even have to call it a Texas Chainsaw Massacre because you're in Texas. So then you just call them.
You know what? It would be a good name for a barbecue place. I would eat there.
Just Chainsaw Massacre. Where are you going tonight? Oh, we're going to Chainsaw Massacre. The Texas one? Of course. No one wants a Kentucky Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes, this is...
Nothing says Texas like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
It's true. Tony says, "We'll all converge." I think this is what's going to happen. All that's going to happen is that he'll finally go live, and I'll hear something in my other tab because I have that open.
Avengers Assemble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll all direct. We'll collect our respective audiences, or both of our channels. We'll collect our audiences, and then we're just going to throw them at Spidey.
See, it's so funny because, I love Tony. I love Stark of Iron. I think he is an incredible personality and force on the tubes that are you. But he is unfortunately.
Yes.
He is unfortunately an Iron Man fan. He's an Iron Man fan.
That's the
and yeah. And the thing is that I feel he is my compatriot, but I am a Captain America fan. And so when it comes to the Civil War, I am Team Cap.
But wait a minute, aren't Iron Man and Captain America friends?
They are, but they do butt heads.
Okay. Mikey Sees 4 is in the chat. He says, "Hey Jill, nice review of Pilgrim of Eternity yesterday. Thank you so much,
What?
Mikey."
Sorry. Huh?
I had a lot of fun. Oh, there it is. There he is. And Tony says, "Just because I'm Tony Stark doesn't mean I don't love Cap."
And yeah, see, the thing is that Tony Stark does love Cap. Tony and Steve are tight. My name is not Steve.
Well, Shooter 8323 says,
Groot.
"Boo! Cap sucked in Civil War. Tony lost, but was right."
Oh no. Well, that's debatable. I can't say that you're incorrect, but that's part of the glory of that storyline. Is depends on who you agree with.
Lemon pie PvP injected into the panel. He did. As every once in a while, he's successful at that. Hello, PvP. How are you today?
Oh, not too bad. Actually, I'm not all that tired yet. I don't have to get up till 10:30 in the morning tomorrow, so I can stay up for a little while longer. So yeah. So I mean, I would have been still hanging out on Spidey's stream anyway if he had started like.
If he would have started, I would be there too.
Yeah.
If my grandmother had wheels, you could call her a wagon.
Okay, I have no idea what that has to do with Spidey.
Well, yeah, you do. You do. You don't remember Star Trek. That's what Scotty says about the
Excelsior.
Excelsior.
Oh, okay.
Young minds, fresh ideas. Be tolerant.
Yeah, there's actually some good episodes coming up. Actually, the third episode is the Mirror sequel, so that's going to be fun in a couple of weeks.
Curse you!
Oh, you
Todd
have no idea. You have.
I actually rewatched the first 5 minutes of that episode just a little while ago, just to refresh my memory. And it's actually, they do a pretty good job of recreating the final scene in the original Mirror episode, so it was kind of fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be super. It's gonna be super fun to talk about it too. Because we're gonna have some special people, and thanks to a new panelist that I have who knows some people.
Oh wow,
so it's gonna be great. Next one will feature a special effects artist for Star Trek Continues.
Yeah, the fellow playing Spock actually does seem to have a little more gravity when he's got the goatee happening, right? I think it kind of adds a little bit to the character, you know. I mean, I'm not saying he's anywhere near Nimoy, of course, but he's definitely a little better, I think, than in the first one for sure. You know.
Well, and like I'm going to be following along with your reviews, and because I've seen Star Trek Continues, and I have my first pass through of it, I didn't like Todd Haberkorn, but now I'm going through it and being like, you know what? Be a little nicer to Spock. And so I want to see if I will soften on my opinion of that performance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was actually thinking of it after I finished work tonight. I had to run over to the grocery store and get some milk, and I was thinking about the episode. When I was driving over there,
milk and thinking about
Star Trek. Yes, sounds like me. All right, but yeah, it was just such a fun. Even though I couldn't stay on very long, it was just fun to talk about this series, because it is I think it's a very significant and interesting series, even though, some people might write it off because it's a fan produced, thing. But I think that, it doesn't really matter to me if it's fan produced, because the quality is so darn high. And I just wish CBS, could get their heads out of the backsides and do something, nearly as good, because they sure don't seem to understand Star Trek like the people, doing continues did, so go figure, eh?
There's more heart in Star Trek and ideas that resonate with fans in what I've seen so far of Star Trek Continues, and I've only seen one episode, so I know that my opinion's only going to get better because I hear it gets even better.
Yeah, well, I've only seen 2, so I'm not too far ahead of you there, Jill.
Yeah.
But it gives me an incentive now to try and watch them I'll try and watch the next one every weekend, because that'll
Yeah,
be
you got 2 to
time.
watch for the next one, because I'm getting through this a little quickly.
You're doing 2? Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm. Two per week.
I'll never be able to stay for 2 then, because my hours are going up again starting tomorrow.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, yeah. Less time, less YouTube time.
It'll be profitable. It'll be great.
Oh, yeah. It'll add a few $100 a month to the bank account.
A few $100. Keep complaining.
So I couldn't say no. It's like I got the phone call today.
Shooter 8323 says,
okay.
Who's Johnny from Short Circuit?
Johnny Guitar?
I pushed its way into my forethoughts when you were talking about Johnny Frakes. Oh, I should know that then. I don't remember that song, but I love that movie. I want to cover it one day.
Well, Johnny Frakes did do, like, he was the Xantos. He was the bad guy on Gargoyles. And if you would like to learn more about Gargoyles, you should probably go and check out Retro Nerd Girls channel, because they did a whole thing about
Gargoyles. I think she's still talking about Gargoyles.
I know, but it's a Johnny Frakes show.
It is. Well, Marina Sirtis too was in there, and somebody else.
What's that?
TNG actors have shown up on a
Michael Dorn, I'm sure.
Cartoon.
That wasn't the TV movie I'm thinking about from years ago. I doubt it.
The Gargoyles?
Because there was a TV movie called Gargoyles way back in the day. And it was pretty good, actually, but I don't think there were any Star Trek people in it, so it's probably a different movie.
Well, no, this is an animated.
Okay, totally different movie then.
Yeah, it's a Disney block. It's like it's right up there with your Chippendales.
Chippendale.
Rescue Rangers.
Oh man!
When there's danger.
I don't know the rest of the song.
Yeah,
don't
I'm
prompt.
definitely not.
No, you never fail once they're involved. You know, whatever crime.
Like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. We're demonetized.
I am not even trying to monetize this, Shirley.
Well, I wouldn't either. Jeez. Do people listen to you?
Is that your inner self there I'm seeing, Jill?
It's Gadget from Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, but I'm a furry. Don't do this.
Oh shit, you're right.
Uh-oh.
Can't do that.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like you're just
I can't just like an innocent cartoon. You've got to be so
No, I want to have sex with it.
And you turn it
That's
into
messed up.
Yeah, you turn it into something not innocent.
It is very strange.
My.
Like I don't think I'm right in the head.
You're
why
not.
Why am I not surprised about this at all?
You're not right in the head. What is wrong with you?
Admitting it. What's wrong with you? Why do you want to have sex with a person from Chippendale Rescue Rangers?
You know she's not real.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
I know, but if I go to like a theme park and there's someone dressed up like Gadget from Chippendale Rescue Rangers, I'll be like, now that is something I can get into. And then I'll try and seduce, but they'll take off their hat. They'll take off their helmet, the big giant.
And Mikey is speechless.
And then I'll be like, no, you can keep your hat on. And is it gross? Yes.
Yes, it's gross. She just says,
but whatever.
As a kid, I had a crush, but then I grew up. You know about that, Scotty, growing up?
I've heard of it.
Michael Jordan as Cold Steel. Is that the gargoyles?
Indeed.
Interesting.
Trusty Ape loved the gargoyles when he was a kid.
You know, I can't really judge Scotty too harshly though, because I remember, years ago, when I was a kid, actually when I was a teenager.
Really?
I remember
Let
some
him
of my
tell the
friends.
story.
Some of my friends used to joke about, because we were, watch the Flintstones growing up, right? You guys have probably seen at least a few Flintstones episodes, and we'd always get into this, kind of goofy mood where it wasn't like anything too serious, but we'd say, okay, Wilma or Betty, and we'd like, oh, I don't know, I always kind of thought Betty would be more fun than Wilma, because Wilma seemed a little straight-laced.
I'm Team Betty. Yeah,
definitely Betty.
Yeah. There's no contest there, really. She's definitely the more fun one.
Yeah.
Well, and also when it comes to Scooby-Doo, like in when I was a younger boy, I was very much about Daphne, but as I grew older, I became much more about Velma. And I'm not talking about like the new show.
Yeah,
I'm just saying I'm not gonna. But like I think Velma is smoke show. So
well, maybe the original Velma was, not bad. But...
Well, even like Linda Cardellini in the 2 Scooby-Doo movies. Oh my God. Come on.
Actually, I never thought I'd be talking about sexy cartoon characters tonight. This is
welcome to the Thunderdome.
Welcome to the wonderful world.
It's just basically Scotty and PvP because I can't.
Well, see, the reason that we're here is because of Billy Campbell. And first things first, he was going to be Commander Riker. Apparently, some square said no. And so Billy Campbell was not Commander Riker. Now, Jill is going to tell you that this is a catastrophe. And I'm going to say that I think that the path of Star Trek The Next Generation was sort of fostered by Johnny Frakes. And so if Billy Campbell had been Commander Riker, I don't think that...
How do you know he wouldn't have had a similar path?
I think that they are 2 different people, and I value what we got.
I do value what we have, but I think that it could have been similar.
So
I don't think so. I don't know. What is Billy Campbell directed?
Is there a picture of Billy Campbell? I'm trying to place this actor.
He's the Rocketeer, yo.
Scotty R37 is what I'm saying is that the very nature of being in Star Trek leads you to directing. And I think if he were in Star Trek, then he might have directed if he hasn't.
Yeah, but like you're talking about the difference between a Leonard Nimoy and a William Shatner. Yeah, you could get a Star Trek 4 or you can get a Star Trek 5.
Well, I think we'll just never know, will we? Really? I mean, because it never happened.
No. That's what this is, speculative discussion, sir.
Exactly.
Shooter 8323 uses his 6-month membership chat to say, "I've been a member for 6 months. Damn. Oh, that reminds me. Tomorrow we have a membership stream."
I know. I'm hoping my credit card payment goes through in time so that I can bother all of your members.
Well, yeah. So I will have that at noon tomorrow. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So when does Canadian Spiderman go live? He goes live in 91 minutes.
91 minutes and counting. He started a countdown.
He's going on real late tonight. I'm definitely not going to last that long. That's for sure.
So The Rocketeer, your favorite movie or your second favorite movie?
That was really good, actually. When we did the Friday stream on that, didn't we, Jill? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I was there too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's been a while. I mean, it's not like I remember every detail, but I remember it was fun. It was a fun watch when I watched it, and it was actually I heard it was good, but I didn't expect it to be quite that good, and it was like, wow, this is really good. You know, I really had fun watching that movie.
Like it reminds me of Captain America, the first, like the first Chris Evans Captain America, the one with Tommy Lee Jones. They have a similar sort of vibe to them, and I enjoy both of them. But if you had to tell me, okay, so you can't have Captain America or you can't have the Rocketeer, I would be like, okay, you got to take away Captain America. I will keep the Rocketeer. The Rocketeer is so good. It captures the era. It's got an incredible cast. Terry O'Quinn, Admiral Pressman. Oh my God. We get so many people in this movie that make me so happy. So I love the Rocketeer.
Well, and the rocket is powered by alcohol for some reason.
Ethanol.
That part. Ethanol. Okay, close.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to drink that.
No, it's a bad time.
Technically alcohol, but a different kind of alcohol.
Yes.
Actually, they put that in gasoline here because it's part ethanol. When I go to the pumps, because it says right on there, certain percent ethanol.
Well, and they do that for environmental reasons, and bless them for their ingenious endeavors.
Yeah, my old car seems to run fine on it anyway, so that's all I really worry about.
Well, look at you, Mr. Daddy Warbucks, having a car. All I have is a skateboard.
If I had one question about Rocketeer, though, I remember the flying scenes when he's flying and all those flames are shooting out of his jetpack, and I kept thinking, is he wearing asbestos pants or what? Because why is he not getting his butt singed, But other than that, I thought it was a great movie.
That's a good question.
That's my nitpick, right? Yeah, it's my nitpick, right, Jill? It's like, I don't know, sounds must be pretty warm back there,
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of movies, Jill, I just want to quickly mention, I check your DMs later, because I finally got around to sending you, because you mentioned you'd be happy to do a birthday stream for me May 17th.
Yes, that's right.
So I sent you a list of movies. I sent you my first choice, and then I sent you some runners up just in case, you want to just look them over and see what you think and give me some feedback whenever you have time over the next week or two. That'd be awesome.
Well, and I want a movie from Pop Culture Curator too, if you wanted to be on next Friday, on May 10th. I know I sent you January 10th. I made a mistake.
Oh, January. Wow.
I meant May.
Is it a time travel movie? But we haven't picked a topic yet then, if you're going to have Pop pick the movie. Oh, cool. Neat.
He'd have to pick the movie first and send it to me.
Which one are you doing this Friday again? I forget, because I have to actually work on Friday this week.
The 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace, so it's all right. You're gonna be fine.
I wasn't planning on attending that one anyway, because
I wasn't either, but it turns out I'm the host, so I have to be there.
Oh, well, yeah, you don't have a choice then.
You can change the subject anytime you want.
But yeah, Phantom Menace is not one of my favorites.
You want to do it. I want to do it because you want to do it.
It's going to be fun.
E10 fuel, which has ethanol. I don't use it as a shooter.
Well, it is the Star Wars Day on the 4th, is it not? So that makes total sense. Yeah.
It does. It does
May
make
the
sense.
4th be with you.
And so I don't mind.
You don't mind.
I don't mind.
Well, it works out perfect because I got to work when you're on Friday anyway. Because I got a new agent starting tomorrow, and that adds 4 hours to the schedule. And I have something I can't work Thursday because I have some deliveries coming here. So I asked my supervisor, and she's like, "Oh, no worries, just do it on Friday, no worries, no problem." So that was great. But yeah,
great.
You kind of, when you're not expecting to get extra hours and you get a phone call in the middle of the day, and it's like you got extra hours starting tomorrow. It's like, oh, okay.
Wait, he's not in the first movie, right? He's not in Phantom Menace, right?
Who?
We don't get Jar Jar Binks.
Yes.
Oh no, Jar Jar Binks is very much in the Phantom.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
he's a
Okay.
major character.
Yeah.
You're gonna have so much fun, Jill. That's gonna be so great on Friday.
Why do you want to watch this?
Well,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I enjoy Jamaican stereotypes.
Yeah, he's got that goofy Jamaican accent and those big floppy ears. It's like,
Oh.
there's nothing
Okay,
stereotypical
yeah,
about Jar
and
Jar.
I have to be honest with you guys. I love the original Star Wars movies. I love the original Star Wars movies. I love
No, you
the first
don't.
3. Yeah, I do. Well, I've watched them at least a few times.
Yeah, I've watched them as a world of difference between. I love them.
I've watched them like several times. I've only seen the prequels one time.
Only because people made you.
No, because
and I haven't even seen all of the prequels. I think I've seen 2, maybe 3 of them.
Oh my god!
Well, I mean,
whenever I show, like, this is how I feel about Lord of the Rings. You guys are like, oh, I get it. I guess I don't understand.
Lord of the Rings.
I love the prequels. I love the original. I do not like the sequel. But yeah.
Well, I think everybody agrees on that one.
I did like Rogue One I thought was pretty good. I like that one.
It's fine. I want to see
it's fine, and then everybody dies.
Yeah, but I kind of like a dark ending once in a while, like subvert the expectations in kind of a good way. Because it's like if it's always happy, happy, joy, joy at the end of every movie, it gets kind of repetitious, right? So
Space Madness.
I kind of like the ending. I don't know. Compared to the other drivel they've been cranking out, all on either side of it, I thought it was a decent movie. But that's just me,
No, you're good.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. Shooter says, you watched them several times, Jill. I could quote them word for word as a kid. I believe you. And no, I'm just a casual Star Wars fan. That's why my channel is Star Trek mostly. This is the first Star Wars thing I've ever done. And
you started off with a good one, too.
That means we have to cut off your arm.
No.
Why? I thought just my hand.
Well, yeah, same thing. Like, yeah, just your hand.
Okay. That's not as bad.
Which one? Your left or your right hand? Which one do you use your mouse?
I need my right hand.
Okay, so we'll cut off your left. Okay. It's a deal. I'll send a Sith.
It's weird. I'm ambidextrous. I use the mouse with my right hand, but I write and use scissors with my left hand. Isn't that weird?
How do you use chopsticks?
I don't. I use a fork.
Fair enough. Good answer.
Okay, thank you.
Shooter 8323 says probably still could. I don't watch them as often since I hate Georgie Boy changing Boba Fett's voice.
Oh gosh, I didn't even know about that.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not really a big Star Wars fan. I really like the first 2. Jedi, I can take it or leave it, but it's not bad. And after that, I kind of leave it.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with the little teddy bear aliens.
I love them.
They're okay, but I always found them kind of annoying because it seemed to me like Lucas was just going for. Well, he was going for to sell teddy bears at Christmas.
So what?
I'm okay with marketing
to a certain Grogu. Point, but Grogu is selling teddy bears at Christmas.
But when the movie almost becomes an ad for Christmas teddy bear sales, it's like, gee, if there was a better story, I wouldn't mind it so much,
Well, but I think that you're responding more to the marketing of the situation as opposed to responding to the movie itself. Like, I think
it's not a bad movie. I didn't say it was a bad movie.
I didn't put those words in your mouth. I'm just saying that it's like I don't feel bad about Star Wars being a toy machine. Like, I'm a G.I. Joe fan. I'm a Transformers fan. I'm aware of blatant marketing to make me want plastic shit.
Yeah, and I mean, marketing is a reality.
And so when it comes to Return of the Jedi, people do tend to sort of say, "Oh, he's just selling teddy bears," and I am in I suppose the majority where I'm like, yeah. and I am buying those fucking teddy bears.
See, I always found the Ewoks just plain annoying. I couldn't get into the little buggers. I don't know. I just didn't like them. They just bugged me.
Like an Ewok taught me about death.
It's just personal taste, I guess, but I just found them kind of goofy, to be honest.
Remember that one Ewok and he died, and
not really.
And then
I don't.
The other Ewok went over and was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" But you realized that that Ewok had died, and so the Ewok who was sort of trying to find his friend, he sort of cries and he weeps over his fallen comrade. And like that was one of my earliest acknowledgments of death. Like I understood what was going on.
I guess I was a little older though too when I saw it the first time.
Yeah, you're way older than me. You're like 30 years older than me.
So that's probably why I have a different opinion, because when you're older, you kind of look at something and you can kind of see it. You know, it's like, well,
dude, I was like
teddy
6 or 7 when I saw this.
Yeah, I was much older than that. And
yeah, you were 11.
I've just got a much more serious opinion of the film, I guess. You know,
Shooter 8323 says. Okay, Shooter 8323 says Ewoks rock, and I want to say hello to Larry.
Yum,
hey,
yo.
Larry.
Right there.
Hi.
Welcome to all the 23 people. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you are interested, you can become a member of this channel at many levels of support.
Yeah, we need to get Jill to another 500 subs. We need to get her up to 1701 is what we need to do.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be the next party, but that'll be fine. That doesn't have to be now.
We're just trying to get to 1,701.
That's it. That's all I need forever.
That's it.
Shooter 8323 says, it quotes Vader, "I am your father."
Oh, and this is the worst Darth Vader impression I've ever heard.
So, do you want to be Vader?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to.
Go.
Okay. I am your father. Are you going to be Luke?
No. That's impossible.
And Princess Leia is your sister. It's your turn.
Luke. Hello, Luke.
Luke?
No, that's improbable.
And the Empire will be defeated. Hang on. Can I start again? And the Empire will be defeated by Ewoks.
That's highly unlikely.
I built C-3PO.
I'm just imagining Vader actually saying that line in the movie that the Empire will be defeated by the Ewoks.
Menace is about, like, oh hey, Anakin built a robot. Hey. The Ewok, Warwick Davis, who cried over his dead friend, was very gut-wrenching.
Well, yeah.
If a tear wasn't shed, then you were totally heartless, PvP.
I guess I'm heartless.
Sorry. Mikey gets it.
The Ewoks just don't do it for me. I'm just being honest, guys.
Well, what do you expect? He's Canadian.
Well, so are you.
Oh, shut up.
Well, that's why it's funny. A high lemon pie.
Well, Canadians do have different opinions on things. I mean, you believe it or not.
I know.
We don't all love maple syrup, after all. You know,
or eggnog.
I love eggnog.
I know. I'm a PBR guy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all fine.
By the way, hi, Mikey and Lemon.
Hey, Mikey and Lemon. You guys enjoying the ball pit?
Speaking of being Canadian, though, my hockey team lost tonight.
Which one?
The Vancouver Canucks.
Oh, that's a shame.
They were up 3-1 in the series against Nashville Predators, and they were at home to boot. And they could have basically eliminated them tonight if they'd won Game 4 at home, right? But they lost by 1 goal. So now they got to truck back to Nashville for Game 6 now.
It's always hard to sort of try and finish a series in and away. And this is playoff hockey.
Oh, we're in the playoffs big time, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a bad Canadian, so the only thing I pay attention to when it comes to hockey is like how long is it going to take until the Leafs lose?
Not long, apparently, because I've heard a few things online. I was looking at some YouTube videos about the Leafs. Not that I'm a fan of theirs, but
I'm not.
It sounds like they are really, really stinking it up this year.
Oh, are they shitting the bed? Great.
Oh, yes. It sounds like it. Yeah, big time. So, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I would like to see.
I enjoy the grief of Leaf fans.
Leaf fans have been a lot of grief for since about the 60s now.
I couldn't give a good goddamn.
Neither do I.
They should rebrand completely and just call themselves the CN Tower Clowns.
Yeah. So Micah Suits 4 says, I love eggnog and maple syrup, and that PvP is a Dark Lord of eggnog.
Sure.
Do you have magic? PvP? Can you do magic?
I wish. If I could do magic, I'd make $1 million materialize right now.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, and if Boston's anything like it normally is, if you're down any game against Boston, you're probably in serious trouble, because the Bruins are generally a powerhouse team, right? They just usually annihilate people in the playoffs. So I don't envy Montreal or Toronto. I mean,
welcome to the Anti-Derivative Jill's sports show talk show. But yeah, no, there's been animosity between Toronto and Boston since forever. They are both original 6 hockey teams, and so and so it's a long-standing feud. I think it would be second only to the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Montreal Canadiens.
Oh well, that's a blood feud, that one. Yeah.
Well, but I think the Bruins is the same thing.
Well, the Bruins, I tell you, we had a playoff series where we were playing the Bruins, and I think they kicked the Canucks butts that year.
Were you on the team?
No. But as a fan, you kind of get into it, right?
No, you're not allowed to claim victory, and because
I claimed defeat because Boston kicked Vancouver's ass that year, and it was an ugly sight. I'll tell you, man. Jeez, Boston can be brutal because they were, a very good team, right? And they were just deadly. I'll put it that way. It's not something I want to remember because it was not a fun playoffs that year. Because I think that's when we got eliminated by Boston.
I've always preferred baseball.
But man, there's a lot of hate between the Vancouver fans and the Boston fans. I remember that was a lot of hate that year.
Really?
Oh yeah. Vancouver fans were flying to Boston to watch games there, and Boston fans would basically be assaulting people. That's how bad it got. Yeah.
But that's not like you say that like it's an oddity.
Doesn't happen in Vancouver as much. Like
Boston, the last time
the Boston fans were just not very civil, from what I've heard.
What? Vancouver was in the Stanley Cup Finals, and they lost
several times. Yeah,
and hockey fans broke Vancouver.
Well, I remember the riots. I almost drove right into them, Scotty, because I went out to my friend's place in Surrey.
But then you turned left.
Yeah, basically. Well, I just took an alternate road. Yeah, thank God, because I wanted to get gas, and it was the closer gas station. So I actually took, probably did take a left. And if I'd gone my usual route, I would have driven right into the middle of the riot, and I don't think it would have been very good. So yeah, it was pretty scary because I live close to downtown, and you could hear the sirens and you know, it was only like maybe 8 blocks from where I lived, so it was a pretty scary night. I'll tell you.
Why were people rioting?
Because we lost.
Yeah,
we lost.
Oh my God, that is so stupid.
No,
I
but
hate
we
when
were like
people riot because
we were
of a
like
sports
one
ball
game away
game.
from winning the Stanley Cup. You see, and it gets very heated.
And so at that point, you decide that you have to
But
riot.
hockey fans are kind of nuts a lot of the times. I got to say, you know,
This is why I don't like
I can't
sports.
defend it because it was horrible. You know, it was horrible, and they smashed a lot of stores, and it was ugly. It was really ugly.
Yeah.
And I think actually one guy died because I think he was crawling up a telephone pole. You know, he was up on a wire, and I guess that one of the cops shot him with a grenade or something and him in the head, and he died.
God.
Yeah.
See, and the thing is,
It was
is that
nasty.
no, but Jill, you're so taken aback by this animalistic behavior that you've just heard.
Well,
but
it usually doesn't get that bad. I mean,
well,
it's only
but hang
happened
on,
a couple of times.
hang on. If you had heard that this was a response to Alex Kurtzman making a new Star Trek show, and it was like, oh, there were grenades and they were fighting and the punching and the violence, you'd be
maybe
good.
That's what we need.
Revolution is what we need.
Maybe that is what we need when it comes to Kurtzman. Sorry.
But would that work? I don't think so.
I don't know, but
I
maybe
think,
it was Kurtzman anyway.
Star Trek fans just tend to write angry letters. We should just write several angry letters.
Yeah.
That should work, right?
No, but let's go like monkey people on lampposts and throw grenades.
But you know, that's the problem. Like, you know, you get to like a game 7 or something or whatever the hell it was, and you know, the fans start drinking early in the day, right? They fill the local bars, and then they get to the Coliseum, and they're getting the you know, the overpriced beer, and you know, you get enough people intoxicated enough in a small, you know, downtown core, and it doesn't take much to get real ugly.
And they have battles over hockey for some reason.
Well, hockey's pretty big in Canada, Jill.
Shooter says Jill steps out and the sports talk starts.
I know.
Let's go back to sci-fi or something.
Sports ball because it's like it's a puck, so it's like sports puck. I don't get it. But Larry enjoyed my Star Trek Continues show. Thank you, Larry. It's only going to get better. These are going to be some amazing 5 weeks. I can tell you that right now. PvP can fire lightning out of his hands, so you're okay if there's a riot because you can fire lightning out of your hands.
Sure, I'll go with that. I almost drove right into the middle of it, Jill. I was telling Scotty while you were away. I just missed it because I just took a turn to get some gasoline and I went down another street. But if I'd gone my usual route, I would have driven right into the middle of the mob, and that would have been very bad. I was very lucky that night. I could have been seriously hurt. Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't try to climb any flagpoles. Or
no, I just went home and had a few drinks and put the TV on and watched the newscasters talking all about the riot. You know, so yeah, that was entertaining.
If you're not subscribed to Canadian Spiderman, I want you to take the time right now to subscribe and make sure you have the notifications on so you can tell when his birthday stream is starting. It is going to be live in 67 minutes.
There's a rumor.
It's all real.
Knew it. I knew it.
Oh my God, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
That is a great movie. It really does sum the Trek fans up pretty well, doesn't it? That film.
It's green.
That's
I
why
love
it's so awesome. It's because it's perfect.
That's the best part of that episode.
It doesn't make fun of us. It's just real.
It gets our passion for the show, right? It gets it like totally on target. I like that scene with.
So what'll happen? That's just it. We don't know. Maybe something bad. Maybe something good.
Good old space madness.
That is exactly how we get demonetized. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I don't understand why you keep getting upset about demonetizing my stream. This live stream
because
will never be monetized.
You know what? When you don't make money, you don't buy me presents. But when you are making money, you do buy me presents. So I care about your income because when you're making, I want presents.
There's a little secret about being fully monetized. It really doesn't get you that much money. I've made a total of like $6 over the whole month. It's like it's pittance of nothingness. It's like a few pennies here and there. And I haven't even monetized all of my videos because I'm afraid of, YouTube saying that my content's not fit for advertisers. So I'm just I'm being careful with it.
Cut my throat. Make up your mind.
Oh, that's a good question. Lemon Pie says, "Is Pop still with us? Pop, are you still there?"
Yes, I am.
Okay. If you ever have to go, let us know. But I'm glad you're here.
I'm chilling and listening to you guys.
Okay, good.
Oh, that's good.
Mikey Sue's Forces Galaxy Quest is a Trekker's guilty No, I'm not guilty at all about Galaxy Quest. I'm very proud of it.
I love that movie. I don't feel guilty at all when I watch that movie. It's great fun.
I think it's the reason that I like Tim Allen.
Well, it's one of his better movies, I think, for sure.
I think it's his best movie.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Tim Allen fan, but he's really good in that movie. Like he's great playing the Kirk Shatner character for sure. I mean, I remember when he did the Home Improvement TV series. He was a lot of fun. Some of those.
Well, that's why I loved him. I grew up watching that because I was a kid. I was a little kid. I was around the same age as Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Okay. I really liked that show. I think Home Improvement was really good. I always, used to every Christmas, I'd watch all the Christmas episodes because I think they had about 6 or 7 of them. And they were a lot of fun because they'd have, him decorating the house every Christmas with all the crazy lights and like the trains running all over the roof or whatever. And it was just nuts, but it was so much fun.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Even though they did kind of show him as a goofball who messed stuff up, he was trying to do stuff positive. He was trying to be positive. He was trying to do fun stuff for his family and do things that were.
Oh, he's good family.
He had good intentions.
Good dad. Yeah. Good husband.
I was always very attracted to his wife in that show.
Yeah, she was Jill. Her name was Jill.
She wasn't she wasn't a bad looking lady at all, for sure. But yeah,
she was in an episode of Quantum Leap.
Yes, she was.
Darn
true story.
I wish you guys had continued that because I used to have fun watching those and popping on, talking about it with you guys.
We're busy.
No, I know you ended up doing other stuff. I understand, but it was fun for a few months while it lasted.
It wasn't fun.
It was fun.
It was fun, but then
it
started eating into my ability to do well on my Friday shows.
Yeah, well, Friday shows should come first because they're kind of like the mainstay. Well, for me, because they're the one show I can generally attend most Fridays if I don't have to work or something.
But it's gonna return. We'll probably end up doing.
Oh, I'm not worried.
Yeah,
if it does, it does.
We'll talk.
I'm not, losing sleep over it or anything.
Hey,
I want to say hello to Mars Monkey Max.
Hey, Mars.
I like his shows.
Mars Monkey Max. That's a great name.
Hello there.
And Last Man Standing was great. I still haven't seen Last Man Standing.
I've seen part of it.
8 seasons of Home Improvement, 8 Christmas episodes, 8 Halloween episodes.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Scotty, you had something you were going to say?
Well, no, I was just like, I do enjoy sort of the nostalgia of Home Improvement and then Last Man Standing, but there was a crossover where Tim Taylor meets Last Man Standing, and it is like they do some camera trickery, and Yeah, no, it's if you're a fan, I enjoy it. Like people have told me that they enjoy King of the Hill. And I don't understand that.
No, it's great. It's funny and it's
I've
engaging,
heard
and
that
I think
people
it's a
think
good
that.
it's a good show. I enjoyed it.
I
It's
think it is. I think it's awful.
It's half wholesome. It's good.
I
what's
do
wrong with
not
King of the
enjoy
Hill?
King of the Hill.
I haven't seen enough of it to have an opinion because I've probably only seen a couple
Yeah,
episodes.
probably Scotty hasn't either. He's just seen one. And he's
I've
just
seen
like
like 3 episodes and it was boring as tapioca.
But the thing is, people say Family Guy is great too, and I'd never got it. Like it's got its moments, but I couldn't watch it like every week.
only
Year after
the
year.
early seasons. Only the
Yeah.
early seasons.
Well, it's like The Simpsons. I thought the first 3 or 4 seasons were brilliant, and then it started to get more. It got less weird. It got more kind of mainstream, and that's when I lost interest at that point. Because I like the early weird stuff when the Simpsons kind of looked like they were in an alternate dimension or something almost, because they looked kind of really strange in the early episodes, and the stories were pretty weird too a lot of the time. So, it was fun early on, but then I just got bored with it. And it's been on what now, 35 years or something?
11D5.
Yeah, so it feels like 11,000.
I don't know. Like there is a certain point when it comes to The Simpsons. Like I think that I'm okay with the first, if I'm being generous, the first 12 seasons.
I actually go to 13 before I give up.
Okay.
I make it to 13. That's as far as I go.
But like it has become its own joke. Like it is itself a joke. Like even Troy McClure said it in the 128th episode extravaganza or whatever it was. And it was like, and then they'll continue to do this until the franchise becomes unprofitable. And it's like, that's exactly what they're doing. They said that at the beginning of their run. And it's like, yeah, we are being used as a Slurpee machine.
Yeah, but it was important culturally in terms of the progression of animation when it was in its heyday. So it did do something positive, but it should have been put out of its misery a long time ago.
But you don't have to put it out of its misery if you're just doing voice. Well, you know what? Hashtag Apu. I miss Apu.
Yeah, once you get to the point where you're canceling Apu, you're pretty effed.
Like Apu is such a great guy.
Everybody loves him, and nobody wanted to see him go. He was actually an intelligent character, and people thinking that he was some kind of just a stereotype or whatever. Everybody on Simpsons was a stereotype.
Yeah.
So they canceled Apu because he was like too culturally, not.
He was too good for us.
Because I could see the wokesters were probably, going crazy.
Exactly. No, but he was also portrayed as very intelligent. I mean, the man owned his business, and he was able to take care.
Yeah.
He was a father of 8 children. Come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to be doing something right.
He had sex once.
If you're getting that kind of action,
The dream
police. He had all 8 at once.
They're here in my head. The dream police.
That's good. That's a good song. I like that song.
Well, and it was, that's what Apu would wash his Camaro while listening.
Yeah. Okay.
In less than 60 minutes, make sure to go over to Canadian Spiderman's birthday party. Hopefully, we're going to make sure that he's actually live before I send you over there.
Yeah. You'll go on and it'll be like, it'll be set for like 9 a.m. tomorrow morning or something, Jill.
Please. Spidey promised us a party. We're here.
I'll have to hit the sack around that time anyway. Oh well.
I've been to a couple of Spidey's birthday parties, or at least one, and so I'm assuming in 57 minutes the camera will turn on, and Spidey is going to be doing a snow angel on a fire.
Is it snowing where he is right now?
I don't think there's much snow around here in this part of the world anymore, Scotty.
You don't have Canada? You don't have Canada?
I'm about a hour drive away from Spidey. We're not too far apart.
And it's not snowing where you are.
There ain't been any snow here since about December. Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, that's global warming.
Hey, hello,
We had
James
a climate
Caserta.
change for sure here.
Hello, James Caserta. I want to make sure to say hello to James Caserta.
Hello there.
Ooh.
Do you guys mind if I step away for a moment?
We do not mind whatsoever. Please.
Actually, I was just going to step away for a minute myself, but I'll be back as quick as I can, Jill.
That's great. Well, that'll be fine.
Maybe you can chat with Pop for a minute.
Yeah, well, definitely. I could chat with Pop. I could chat with the chat. I could chat with myself.
There you go. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. So, how was your day, Pop Culture Curator?
It was pretty nice, uneventful. No complaints.
And you had a good stream.
Yes, and I also liked your stream for Star Trek Continues.
That's good. Yeah, I'm glad that's enjoyable. It's going to be good the further we get into it.
Yeah, I wasn't there because I have seen them all, but it's been many years, so I wouldn't have been able to remember what happened.
And that's fine. If you can't make it, that's okay with me. And also, you have your own stream, so you got to make sure you're ready for that too. And so I understand that. And just whenever you like, you're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Mikey Seuss 4 says Seth MacFarlane should have stayed in animation instead of branching out into the Orville Ted franchise or 1,000 Ways to Die in the West. Really? Wow, I've never heard this opinion before. Mikey, I don't think I agree with this.
No, you got an Orville fan here, Mikey.
Yeah, no, I love the Orville, and Pop Culture Curator is with me for 2 seasons. I was there for all 3, but well, that's true. You were with me for all 3 seasons. I'm sorry. You were struggling in the 3rd one though.
Yeah.
James Caserta says, when are you going to interview me? I don't know. Whenever I know that your microphone is good, I guess.
Everybody wants to be on Jill's channel. She's popular.
Oh, everybody? I don't know. Not everybody. A few people.
A lot of people.
I mean, I would argue with you, but there are some people, I guess. So I'm happy about that.
Well, your channel's doing well, which I'm happy about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a good. All I'm trying to do is have a good conversation, and I tend to find people who are great at providing that. Starting with you. Yeah, starting with you, and so we had the Orville. We had the DeForest Kelly stream was our first one.
Yes.
And then, of course, all of Star Trek. So I think you've done amazing.
Yeah, you've been going for a long time, Jill. Sorry, Pop. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I'm done. I was just going to say Jill's been going a long time.
Mars Monkey Max says, I'm rewatching the Orville now. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. First 2 seasons are good. Jill is the new Barbara Walters. I wouldn't go that far, though. I really liked her when I was a kid.
No. They used to make fun of Barbara Walters. Remember on Saturday Night Live back in the 70s, they called her Barbara Wawa?
Why did they call her that?
Barbara Walters kind of had she had kind of a speech impediment, if I remember correctly. If you actually ever listened to some of her newscasts,
I think she was German.
Yeah, but I think it was what's her name? Oh, Gilda Radner, I think, used to do a parody of her or something. I can't remember.
I never noticed that. I always thought she sounded fine, and I enjoyed her interviews.
Well, she was a good interviewer. I'm not saying she was not good. She was a good journalist, but I'm just saying she had. I can't remember because I haven't heard her voice in decades, so I'd have to rewatch something. But I think she did have some kind of speech impediment that people did kind of make fun of at times, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a good journalist, though.
Very good. And Baba Wawa. Gilda did her. Oh,
I guess I did remember it correctly. Okay, thank you.
There you go. There you go. That is the answer to that question.
You know, I just don't know where my memory pulls this stuff out of, Jill, when I remember stuff that I haven't thought about in like 40 years.
I used to watch 2020. It was like one of the few broadcast news shows I watched when I was a little kid.
I remember 2020. Yeah.
I enjoyed, well, actually, the one I enjoyed the most was that guy who got punched by the wrestler, Geraldo
Rivera.
Yeah.
He got hit by the
and what was
flying
his second?
Geraldo kind of got sleazy after a while, though. Didn't he start doing those crazy specials like inside Al Capone's vault or something? If I remember, I thought that was Geraldo doing that stuff, and it was kind of got goofy after a while.
Yeah.
Like tabloid television.
Yeah, well, if it's tabloid, I wasn't around for that one.
Yeah, he kind of just went off course after a while.
Oh, but no, he's not the one I was thinking of. But oh well, I can't think of him right now.
I remember.
But whoever I'm thinking of used to do a bunch of consumer reports, and it's the idea of it's not as good as if it's too good to be true. It probably is.
Wow, that could be a few people.
Andy
what kind of show was it?
Maybe.
Consumer
Maybe.
Reports?
That's it. No, it was 2020. It was a segment on 2020.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that show in since it was on, which is a long time ago. So we used to have a really good news show in Canada called W5. You guys have probably never heard of it because I imagine it never got shown down south, but it was on the CTV network.
Larry, he remembered for me. John Stossel. That's it.
Oh, wow, cool.
that's the guy I like. I got confused by mustaches.
I haven't heard of that.
Well, he's still cool.
Yeah, W5 was one of those investigative journalist type of hour-long news shows, and it was probably biggest in the 70s, I'm guessing, because I haven't seen it in ages. And basically, W5 was like, who, what, when, where, why, like the 5 W's of journalism.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me that the other day when I started listing all the questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It was a really good show, though, back when news people were serious journalists and not, the junk we have now, right? Good show.
James Caserta says Jill is dangerous with the sum of human knowledge at her fingertips. And yes, anything that I cannot find from the library computer, the people in the chat, no. Larry says Stossel's still doing reports on Rumble locals. Yeah, and I see him post some YouTube videos too sometimes.
Gosh.
Yeah, he does some good work. Gosh, and I don't know why I couldn't remember that name. He's awesome.
Well, can't remember every single name, Jill.
Yeah. And so Spidey will be on in less than 50 minutes. 50-minute report.
No, his birthday is today?
Yes, his birthday's today.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. His birthday is soon or today. All I know is that in less than 50 minutes, he's going to have a birthday stream.
So does that make does that make him a Taurus then, if he's born in May?
Well, I don't know really the archaeological
May,
signs.
I'm only like 15 days apart from Spidey if today's his birthday then. We're pretty close.
I don't know the astrological signs.
I can't remember because I know the dates.
No, you're right. Taurus is correct.
Is it? It probably begins the end of April some point, I'm guessing. Because I know it doesn't go by month to month. The months overlap a bit at times.
So I have a question for you guys. What type of cake is Spidey presenting in his live stream here? What is this?
Gosh, I don't know what it is.
That's something he actually has. I thought maybe it was a stock photo he pulled from somewhere.
Oh, you don't think it's actually his?
I'm guessing
pretty
it's probably.
fancy. I don't know.
I'm guessing it's a photo. It looks almost like a sponge cake of some kind. But I have no idea, actually.
It has ice cream.
Yeah, well, I see the ice cream, and there's some chocolate thing sticking out of the ice cream or something. I've never had a cake like that, I just got to say.
I don't think I'll be up that late, so if you guys could tell him happy birthday for me, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I will. If I make it myself, I will tell him. I think I will make it. For whatever reason, I want to be there. And so I'll say happy birthday for you.
Yeah, I already wished him happy birthday and put a cake in the chat for him. So, because as soon as
I guess
you're
I
done,
did that
Jill,
too.
I'll probably head out as soon as you finish because I really should get to bed by that point. But I still feel pretty awake, actually. That's the bad thing. Sometimes I just don't feel tired when I should feel tired, right? So. Oh, by the way, Taurus is April 19th to May 20th. So we're both definitely Taurus, the bull, me and Spidey then by the looks of it. Which is kind of appropriate because I guess I am kind of bullheaded at times.
All right, Jill. All right, Jill Duran Cobble Knox, if that is your real name.
That's not my name at all.
What? You lied to me. So, Billy Campbell is your ideal Commander Riker.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
I think you would have brought more action to the role.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of more cheesecake.
Swashbuckling.
Oh, yeah. Totes.
Yeah, Frakes is kind of laid back a lot of the time, actually, come to think of it, isn't he, in that show?
He's not very, he's youthful in when he grows the beard. And it's a trope.
Oh, he did that to hide the cleft
The next
chin.
generation. Sorry?
He grew the beard to hide the cleft chin.
Well, yeah, but he had a mighty chin. He had a good chin.
I suppose. I don't care either way.
I'm just saying that based on the supposition of this entire stream, I would only assume that Jill thinks that The Outrageous Okana is the best episode of Star Trek The Next Generation.
No, I don't like that episode at all. I love Billy Campbell,
right?
But I don't like that episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a really bad episode, actually, for me as well.
Well, don't make me drive several hours to show up at your house and kick you in the shin.
More like several days, if not.
It would be, Well, days take hours, yo.
You better save up that money for gas there, Scotty.
I'm not.
But the thing is,
you should subscribe to my Patreon so I can go to PvP's house and kick him in the shin.
And so, you could do that. You don't even need a passport to do it.
Well, I don't want to kick you in the shin.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was inspired, and I decided to do an image search.
Oh, cool.
On the cake to figure out what this thing is. I still don't know what it's called, but people are talking about it.
Cake to me.
They say, this is title. Okay, Tokyo Time, so it must be Japanese.
I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
That's a good song.
And so this is bread, ice cream, and banana.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very appetizing at all. A loaf of bread with ice cream? Yuck.
No, I'm fine with it.
So somebody in the chat, somebody in the comments section says, believe it or not, I actually tried this. It's pretty good. The center of it is cut into cubes. Bread pudding. It's bread pudding. So you can eat it.
Pineapple.
You can eat it together with ice cream and bananas. So it's like bread pudding with ice cream, bananas, and you can have it with chocolate.
Oh, well, okay. So now you're talking about food, and I'm going to have to go.
Okay. I was just curious what this was. In 40 minutes, Spidey will have his stream.
I don't know.
Well, in 5 minutes, I'm going to be eating like fucking bread with ice cream.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, no, I'm going to dip my ice cream in the bread.
No, I thought you were going to make like 2 slices of bread and put ice cream in the middle and have like an ice cream sandwich.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh,
a chipwich. I'll
There you
roll it in chocolate chip cookies.
Just make sure you got a big plate so it doesn't leak all over the place.
Oh, no,
James-
I'm going to make such a mess.
James Caserta says the chat is God. Whoa.
What?
I don't know.
The chat is God? Is that what he said?
What does the chat need with Starship?
And we
I don't
discovered
know.
the secret of the universe or something?
I don't know.
April
I
is
love
Aries.
the chat. I
May
do
is
love the
Taurus.
chat.
No,
Mike
actually, it
says-
overlaps. It's like April 20th or 19th to May 20th. They're not exactly month to month. They kind of overlap, right?
Mikey Seas4 says, it's okay if they don't acknowledge me, Sir Lemon.
I said hi before, Mikey.
What is Mikey talking about? I just read that. It's
don't
weird
know.
that that's the chat I chose to read. It's like that comment. There's people in the cake. It's a people cake.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Mikey says orange sponge cake with frosting and ice cream.
That's what I kind of thought.
That's a good idea.
Oh, and peptides.
Oh,
Mint
with
peptides.
mint frosting.
Yes.
I have no cake and no ice cream. Darn.
I do like that
I
episode. It
do,
has
but
an
you won't.
Android.
Yeah.
It has an Android phone.
I'm
Please
too tired to make food anyway.
Stay
I'm gonna
very
crash.
still, counselor.
Oh, I'm actually starting to feel a little tired finally.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, it should end just about perfect if you're on for another 35 minutes or whatever, Jill. Should be
Well, I'm not
just
gonna-
about
I'm-
right.
I should
Well-
probably leave.
Okay. Okay. If you're leaving, just let me know you're leaving so I know you're leaving.
No, I just said.
I'm
I
going
was
to
leaving.
take off.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Have a good night there, Bob.
Telling
Take
me that
care,
you're
everybody.
doing things.
You too, Pop. Have a good sleep.
Yeah,
Cheers,
good night,
bye.
pop culture creator. Thanks
All
for
right.
hanging out.
Thank you for having me on, Jill, and thank you everybody in the chat. I will see everybody soon.
Yes, everybody, check out Pop Culture Curator. He has his Tuesday streams and his Monday streams and his Wednesday streams. They're all good.
Yes, something like
Don't
that.
forget-
Thank you.
Rumblings
Something
on
like
Saturday, too.
Oh, I forgot about Saturday. Saturday
Yeah.
night rumblings.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night,
Pop.
Pop Culture. Sleep well.
Cheers.
Hey, eat something if you haven't.
Have a Pop-Tart.
Well, I did have a sub sandwich earlier tonight, so I guess I'm probably good to go. for the
I
night.
said Pop-Tart.
Well, I haven't
Yeah.
had one of those in a long time.
Well, just because you're going to eat a Pop Tart doesn't mean everybody else has to eat a Pop Tart.
No, it does. Jill, it means that everyone else has to eat a Pop-Tart.
James Caserta says, I used to be nocturnal.
Yeah, I used to be too when I was unemployed for a while. It was easy to stay up late.
Mikey says, I'm a Virgo with the Libra cusp. Oh, man. I'm glad I'm just a Sagittarius. That sounds complicated.
I'm a Capricorn like Jesus and Elvis.
Huh. You're Sagittarius,
if-
Joe?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's if you believe Jesus was born on the 25th. Some people think he was born in
Well,
the
that's when Christmas is, Jill.
Yeah, but some people do think Jesus was born at another part of the year, and that the Christians just like co-opted his birthday to match the day of Christmas. So
Okay, so if that's what I'm.
I mean,
willing
I don't
to-
know. I'm not a bloody religious
No,
scholar.
I'm not a theologian. I'm not going to fight with you, but still, I still have Elvis. Like, no one's going to change when Elvis was born.
Sounds good.
And
to me.
Isaac Newton, too.
Isaac Newsom?
Newton.
Oh,
Isaac Newton was born on December 25th.
that's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Isaac
37
Newton.
minutes.
So he was famous for what? Was he the guy that discovered? He didn't discover gravity or something.
No, he figured out what apples were.
When one fell on his head.
Yeah,
he discovered the effects of gravity, not
Okay,
he was like,
gravity
look at
itself.
these.
That explains why my Christmas tree fell over on December 25th last year.
Oh, don't make fun. Don't make fun.
It was the spirit of Isaac Newton condemning my Christmas tree to an early takedown.
Can I tell you a terrible story?
Oh, you usually do, Scotty, so please proceed.
So this guy I know, his mom. Okay, so they got a Christmas tree on the 23rd of December.
Right.
And so it's like a dried out tree.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. And so they're smokers.
Oh, no.
And so.
Oh, no.
Yeah. This lady is hanging out by her Christmas tree with the cigarette hanging out of her mouth, I assume.
Uh-oh.
And it catches on fire in double plus quick fashion.
Yikes.
And she dies.
Gee,
the house
a happy Christmas tale.
burns down.
Jeez.
Like absolutely like 4-alarm fire. And yeah. So in that, I was like, so how was Christmas?
Merry
And
Christmas.
it's like my mom died. And
yeah,
it was terrible.
That's
terrible.
pretty awful.
Yeah.
But
But
that's why they don't allow real trees in my apartment. You have to have an artificial tree. They don't allow them. I mean, if you were caught with a real tree, oh boy, you'd probably get in deep shit. Because it's just too dangerous, right? Because, they don't want, the building burning down. Because people light candles. Yeah. And they say no candles either because they don't want people lighting candles and, catching fire to the tree or something, right?
But what if I have a menorah?
Well, you have to have that. I'd
probably
fine.
that's probably fine because it's a little more controlled, right?
Yes.
And you're probably not putting them. Well, if you got a menorah, you're probably not putting up the Christmas tree anyway. I'm guessing, right, Scotty?
No.
Unless
you have a dual faith household.
That could be. Well, yeah. But yeah, it's just
calendar
a rule.
And
every December they post that at the beginning of the month. And it's like no real trees, blah blah blah.
Is it still Passover? Or is it over? It's over. Passover.
I think it's over by now, isn't it?
Yeah, it ended yesterday.
My brother-in-law is a Muslim, and so that makes my
Your brother-in-law?
My brother-in-law.
I didn't know you were married.
Well, no, the dude's married to my sister. That makes him my brother-in-law.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Okay,
you confused me for a second.
But I like to get him mad, and so sometimes.
No.
Well, no, I give his daughters dreidels.
I'm sure that makes him real happy.
No, it's fine. They just spin them.
Yeah,
I don't know the rules. I don't know the rules. How dreidels work.
I think people get.
They're made out of clay.
People get overly sensitive about religion and stuff.
Dreidel, dreidel, I made you out of clay. Dreidel, 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 I will play.
I got that CD actually with that song on it.
James Caserta says, "I get PCC and PPP confused. I've had that issue before when people do that. I don't understand why. They're completely different people.
As long as you don't confuse me with the PCPs, because then I might get upset."
And apparently,
I'm OCP.
Jonathan Frakes grew his beard during the writer's strike. This is a thing.
Had to have something to do, I guess.
Yeah, he wanted to be nautical or something. James Caserta says, "Do you cook, Jill?" Yeah, I have to sometimes, if I want my family to eat once in a while.
Jill is an excellent cook.
Well, she's always talking about the great tacos she has.
They're still alive anyway. Lemon Pie
That's
says,
good.
I eat more Twinkies after meeting Scotty.
Oh, Twinkies are the fucking bomb, yo. But no, Jill is an incredible cook and dietitian. I really appreciate it when, like, so I was at a gala luncheon with and Jill was catering, and she had, like, everybody got a bowl of white goo and a Melba toast. There were 2 Melba toasts sticking out of the goo. So we all ate it, and it tasted like mayonnaise. It was just like flat mayonnaise. But we enjoyed the Melba toast, which was, it was just sort of matter. We chewed on it. And so I asked her, I went backstage after the gala luncheon that I was attending, and Jill standing there in her white chef clothing. And I was like, what was that appetizer soup that you were like? Was it soup? What? It was a pudding? What was it? And Jill, you remember what you said to me?
I'd be surprised if she does.
You were like, no, I didn't make any. No, you have to remember this. This is so witty of you. And you're like, I didn't make anything. It's just mayonnaise.
Yeah, it was a condiment for something else.
Yes.
I take it this gala never actually happened in reality.
No.
Okay,
no.
I figured.
Why do you have to destroy
I like
my
mayonnaise,
fantasies?
though. Mayonnaise is good, but I don't.
But
think
you
I
wouldn't
want
eat a bowl of it.
No, I wouldn't eat a whole bowl of it. Yeah.
Why would
with
there
a
be
Melba
bowl of
toast?
Like,
well, actually,
I don't. Okay, so I don't even know what a Melba toast is.
It's a very well. Look it up. Look it up. You'd find it real easy if you Google it.
I'm gonna
it's
send
like a
something
dry.
to you.
Well,
it's like a
obviously.
really horrible, dry little, tiny little.
It's not horrible.
Toast. It's very dry.
fine,
Actually,
it's
mayonnaise
fine.
would make it much more palatable.
Yeah, I still wouldn't have a whole bowl of mayonnaise.
Well, no, I like mayonnaise, but I don't like it that much.
Well, you're not gonna eat it like a soup.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Melba toast. They're little dried little bread things. And they're kind
they're tasty as all get out.
I mean, if you
But you had to put something on them.
If you put cheese or
mayonnaise, perhaps
mayonnaise, something on it. But if you just eat it alone, it's just dry and disgusting.
Sure.
I imagine it absorbs whatever you construct with it.
Yeah,
oh no, it's very.
It's very dry and brittle too. It's not a very attractive food stuff, actually, Jill.
Oh, I could eat them for days.
I used to have them years ago, but I haven't had Melba toast in a long time.
Have you ever had tree bark? That's what Melba toast is like. Yeah.
But it might as well be, yeah.
Anyway, I do have to go. I said I was going to go, but I do have to go because that jar of mayonnaise is not going to drink itself.
I thought you were eating Pop-Tarts.
I got distracted by that.
I thought you were going to have cake and ice cream.
Oh, before you go,
eat all of the fucking things.
Before Mars Monkey Max wants you to know that Scotty and I are Capricorn, so you've got another Capricorn in Mars Monkey Max.
See, I'm in good company. You, me, and Elvis, Mars.
So you can,
maybe Jesus, if people want to, just enjoy Christmas. Oh no, Jesus was born in March. Fuck off.
So, do you have anything you want to share before you leave?
Well, I've been feeling a lot lonely lately.
Mm-hmm. And so, what do you?
So it's nice to be able to hang out with friends and enjoy conversation. And so it's really nice. Yeah.
That's why I'm here too, Scotty.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a Tuesday night. I'm kind of bored. I get lonely all the time too. That's why I hang out on YouTube so much, because everybody here is so much fun to talk to, and we have common interests, which makes it a lot of fun, and we can tell each other goofy, crazy jokes, and I just really have a good time here hanging out with you guys.
Well, and it is so nice to be able to just sort of come together and hang out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, thing is too, it's hard to meet people in, the so-called real world, right? When you walk out your door and, I mean, I don't know what social club I could join. I mean, I don't think there's a good Star Trek club locally. If there was, maybe I'd go hang out there and see if I could meet any interesting people. But it's also a little scary because, especially when you get a little older, right? Because, sometimes younger people could see an old person and think they could take advantage of someone like myself, right? Because they think you're old and, not with it. And, they might
Yeah, but
try
you
and,
are. You
well,
are.
yeah. Thank you, Scotty. But, sometimes people want to take advantage of you. And so I'm very cautious when it comes to meeting people like face to face in the real world. I mean, everybody in my building is awesome, nice. And, I had never met any really nasty people, but it's a little scary to actually start thinking about going out and trying to join social groups and, actually start interacting because I'm very much out of practice with that. And that's why it's nice to hang out with you guys because I've actually gotten a lot better in the last 2 years or whatever since I've been a part of the community here, talking with everybody, and I've gotten much more relaxed and it's been good practice, let's put it this way, to get back and converse with all you guys, right? So yeah, I get what you're saying there, Scotty.
And I just tend to go and hang out with blind people.
Oh yes, I do hope that you go bowling with your blind friend on Friday.
I'm gonna win.
That's cool. Wow,
that'd be great.
They have a blind bowling team?
No, he has a blind friend, and he asked her if she wants to go bowling.
Well, that's
and
nice.
She was like, I guess. I'm just gonna have to point her in the right direction towards the pins and not
you just
towards
have to
the shoe rental.
Kind of guide her when she's throwing the ball down the lane
This is
or whatever.
rude. I shouldn't be making fun. She's not yeah.
Darth says, "What's poppin'?" And James sort of wants me to turn on my camera. For 3 seconds. Oh, wait a second. Right this way.
Hey, Jill.
And then there.
There you go.
And so I have a drink.
Yay.
What is that?
What you drinking?
Vermouth?
It is amaretto. And I've got a little cherry.
That's your jam. Yeah,
I do.
I remember amaretto is Jill's drink of choice, I'm guessing, because she seems to have drunk it a few times on live streams.
And this this glass I got for giving blood one time.
Cool.
Did you put the blood in the glass?
No, I didn't put the blood in the glass.
Oh. No, they usually don't collect it that way, Scotty.
Wow.
They usually put it in little plastic baggies, after they stick a needle in your arm, and, drain the blood out of you.
Exactly.
I've been threatening to leave for like ever, so
I know. I don't understand why you're still here. Go eat your Pop-Tarts and go to bed.
I'm gonna go eat some Twinkies. I'm gonna mow down. It's gonna be erotically delicious.
Twinkies and mayonnaise sounds like a good combo there, Scotty.
Oh no, that sounds like something that like, okay, so Twinkies are phallic, and all of a sudden I'm dipping them in mayonnaise. It looks like a cum penis. So
you do need to go to bed.
Come on, that was hilarious.
Good night, Scotty.
All right, I'll see you in the future.
Get out of here, Scotty.
Good night, Scotty.
I'm glad somebody enjoyed that. I think I hear it too much that it wasn't as funny to me.
Well, I love Scotty. Sometimes
I do too.
He loves to be outrageous, but I'm kind of used to him because I actually kind of enjoy when he does get kind of crazy at times because I can get a little bit goofy myself, so I can understand where he's coming from, Joe.
Well, if there is a local Star Trek group or whatever kind of group you'd like to join, maybe you should give it a try.
Yeah.
Darth says you are only as old as you feel.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes my knees make me feel quite old. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's all in the mindset, isn't it? Really? Yeah.
Definitely. Darth says night, Scotty. Night. Yeah. Good night, Scotty.
You know what I'm really afraid of, though, Jill, is I'll go walk into a Star Trek fan club, and they'll all be talking about Discovery. You know what I mean?
Oh, that would be that would
Because I'm
not be good.
guessing it'll be a bunch of 20-somethings, and they'll be going, "Oh, isn't Mikey Spock fantastic?" And I'll be like going, "Oh my god."
Does anybody actually? I think that even new Trek fans don't like Discovery.
Yeah.
They say, oh, Star Trek Picard season 3 or Strange New Worlds or Lower Decks, but they don't mention Discovery. Like, I don't like any of it, but
Yeah,
even
yeah.
actual fans of new Trek are
It seems
choosy.
like Discovery is kind of the lowest on the totem pole, so to speak, isn't it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, remember, I actually, I think I sent you that one link to the guy who just did Devil in the Dark this past week. You probably haven't got around to
Oh,
watching it,
Devil in the Dark. Oh, no, I haven't got around to
but
watching that.
he does really good
Mhm.
reviews of TOS. Like, he's never watched it, and he's like well into
Well, the
well
thing
into the
is,
series.
I like to talk to people directly who I'm talking about the show.
I actually
Like,
did
I don't want
mention
to hear about something external and third party that I'm not going to really be watching right now.
he's actually very good though, because anytime I leave a comment, generally he replies to people in his chat.
Mhm.
If you leave a
Yeah,
comment, he'll talk back.
that's really important. That's really
Yeah.
important to
Oh, totally.
respond to
That's one
comments
reason
for
I've
sure.
stayed on his channel for so long.
Mhm.
Because he leaves really nice, personable comments too. Like, thank you, my friend, for giving your feedback. And I'll leave something. I'll even disagree with him sometimes. I'll say, well, like when he did Devil in the Dark, he talked about Shatner's performance in that episode quite, as highly regarded, as because he loves Shatner. Like, he loves Shatner. He loves Kirk. He thinks he's an awesome actor. This reviewer, right? Which is one reason I enjoy his channel so much, because he gets it. He really does get it, how good the cast is. But he said, well, there was something off about Shatner's performance in Devil
Yeah,
in the Dark.
of course there's something off about Shatner's performance in Devil in the Dark. I think
Yes.
he was perfect, by the way, but he lost his dad.
Yes. And that's what I typed in the chat. I said, I think you are, I think your, opinion on this is very misguided. I wasn't being harsh, but I was just saying, I think you got it wrong, basically. And then I typed a whole comment about how Shatner had to fly out to his father's funeral, and how they had to shoot scenes around him, and how the other cast members kind of pulled together to make it, everything, work okay that week, when Shatner was having a tough time. And he actually replied to me. And he says, yes, I agree with just about everything you just said in your comment. And he says, at the end of the video, I do make some, because he usually does some stuff at the end of the video where he talks about backstory and things he's learned after watching the episode and researching it, which he does. He researches every episode after he's finished watching it. And he basically did say that, oh, yes, now I realize, why he might have been off that week is because of his father. And so, like, he's a really good reviewer that way. Like, I think a lot of review channels are garbage, quite frankly, but this guy I like. He's pretty
That's
good.
great. I'm so glad you
And
found
I did mention, I
somebody
said,
you enjoy.
I did mention I hang out with friends on YouTube, and we always talk about Trek. Every week we're, often we're talking about Star Trek. And he said, well, once I get through watching, the rest of the series, maybe someday I'll, ask, to join one of your streams, right? So he
Oh,
seems like a really
that would be
genuine guy, Joe.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
I mean, I
I'd
didn't
like to
name
meet this
I
guy.
didn't name your channel because I didn't think I should do that, but yeah, I did
Yeah, I
mention,
appreciate that. I
yeah.
appreciate the discretion, but definitely, I'm always available. I always give my Twitter handle publicly. So if anybody needs to contact me, you can send me a DM on Twitter at antiderivative1. And speaking of which, make sure to stop by Canadian Spiderman's birthday stream. Open panel with friends, it says, and it's 18 minutes away. So
There you
I'm
go.
waiting for the next 18 minutes.
Yeah, 18 minutes to go. But yeah, gosh.
My issue was that OT wasn't really about the crew as much as it was about one person.
OT.
OT. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I'm struggling too.
I'm drawing a blank, I gotta say. OT.
Oh. Oh, I think he meant Discovery. But for some reason it came out as
Okay.
OT.
OT. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
never heard
what
it
right.
described that way.
Yeah, that threw me off too. Yes. It's a Mikey Spock show, yes.
One thing that does bug me is so many people seem to love Strange New Worlds like it's fantastic or something, and I don't get it.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not glad that it exists, but I am glad that I got to talk to Clobber Times back when he used to have time on Fridays about season 1. He would come over to my Friday streams and we would rag on that show for like a half hour or so, and that was a really good time.
That sounds
I
like
love
fun.
that. It was really great.
Yeah, I actually I've only seen stills. I've never actually watched an episode. I know I really should to be criticizing it, but I remember reading about what was that? Was there a singing dancing episode with Spock singing or something?
Oh yeah, that was in the recent season. I only saw a couple of episodes out of it, and 1.5 episodes, half of it being that singing episode. But I dropped out of the singing episode as soon as I heard Spock singing about his heartbreak concerning Nurse Chapel. And
Oh
I was like, wait,
God.
what am I
Yeah.
listening to? Why am I listening to this? I'm done.
I do remember reading about that, and that's probably why I never have watched it. Actually, one of these days when I'm probably in the right mood, I'll probably put it on for a laugh.
And
But
and possibly the weirdest thing is that they didn't have the Klingons do any heavy metal. No, they had them do like Korean pop or something.
What?
But you see Klingons with those boots and and their uniforms, and you're like, yeah,
goodness.
they're going to be rocking out, but no.
They should have at least done Klingon opera,
Pop
right?
music.
Like
Yeah.
Klingon opera would have been perfect,
At
right?
least Klingon opera, at the very least.
And maybe Klingon opera with some like heavy metal guitars in the background would have been fabulous, right?
Oh, oh yeah. Now you're talking.
Well, I'm a music fan, right? Like rock and roll. So that would have been fabulous, actually. Gosh, I wish somebody would do that on a channel just for the heck of it, right? Just do some Klingon opera with guitars. Like, wow, that'd be fun. Oh man, that's just something to dream about.
Idea.
That would be so good.
Well, you do have that one Queen song. They did do the Klingon Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, did I post that? I don't remember posting that.
Oh, you didn't post that? Well, it's on the internet. It's on YouTube.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Well, I'm just going to step away for 1 minute, Jill, because you still got about
no problem.
15 minutes left, so I'll be
I
back
do.
quick.
As soon as Spidey goes live, I'm quitting this.
Okay,
I don't
sounds
want to.
about
I don't.
perfect. That sounds
I'm
perfect
done
because
with
that's
this.
probably exactly the time I'm going to hit my head on the pillow. So I'll be
Okay.
back quick.
Okay, I'm gonna post Spidey's link in the chat again, so that people know where to go. In about 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes, 13 minutes or so, Spidey should be having his birthday stream, and that's what I want to make sure everybody gets to see. Because I really like Canadian Spiderman. He's been my friend for a long time, ever since I met him on Cardinal Sin's channel, and I bet the reason why he had to push his live stream from midnight to 3 a.m. is because he had some friends who came over, and he had to celebrate his birthday with them. And as soon as he's done with them, he's gonna hang out with us. So Canadian Spider-Man's birthday stream, I'll be posting that in less than 20, less than 15, 12 minutes. I'm gonna post that right here. Oh shit, it's 1 a.m. says Darth. Yeah, it's late. Like, if you can't make it, that's understandable. I should be sleeping, but for whatever reason, I'm charged up to wish him a happy birthday at least. The other night, it was 10 p.m. Eastern, and it was still light in Spidey's stream. And Darth is going to bed too. Good night, Darth. I hope you sleep well. And Mars Monkey Max says, I have to go in a few moments. I have to drive my mother to the hospital in the morning. Oh, well, I hope it's just a general checkup. I hope everything's okay with your mother.
Yeah, gosh, hope she's okay. Gosh.
Yeah. But that's good you're taking care of her. It's good she's got you.
Yeah, I remember the last couple of years, my mom. That's why I moved to where I am now, because it's only 10 minutes away from the best hospital in the interior of the province, and it's a really, really great hospital, by the way. And I remember it must have been, oh gosh, a couple of times I had to drive mom over to the emergency ward when something was not going quite right. So yeah, I'm glad I was there. Because mother always said never put me in a nursing home, and I never had to, which was a lucky thing. So I guess it worked out that way, you know. Yeah, it's really tough though.
It sounds like you took care of her, though.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it gets harder and harder when you see your parent starting to go down, slowly decline, right? And then in the last year, the decline got more rapid, and then those last 10 months or whatever, it was getting really really tough. But you know, I got through it. I mean, she might have lived for a couple more years and got even further downhill, but she had that fall, right? I probably mentioned it before, I think, haven't I, on your streams? She had a fall and broke her hip. And my mother was really a tough lady, very tough lady, because she had a lot of health problems in her life. And she came through the surgery flying colors. And I even went and saw her a couple times a week after, when she was mobile and awake. And then there were other days when she was completely out of it. She
Yeah.
didn't even recognize me. And I'll never forget, about 10 days later, I got a phone call. Some doctor gave her water to drink, and she didn't drink it. She inhaled it, and she was too weak to cough it out of her lungs. So I got the phone call, get over here, your mother's dying.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so
It's terrifying.
I spent like 5 hours sitting next to her bed that day. It was the toughest day of my life, Joe. It really was.
Mhm.
Gosh, I don't mean to. I guess I'm kind of bumming the end of the stream out here. But
No,
that's like 7, something 8 years ago in November, so it's been a
but
while.
it's
But I'm okay.
it's a human condition. We live and then we don't live for all of the time. So we got to appreciate what we have, and I hope you had some good times with her.
Oh yeah, mom was great. Mom was really, really good. She was a great mom. That's why when she did pass, it kind of screwed me up for quite a while. I was very depressed for a couple years after that. But
Mhm.
luckily, I had my wonderful cousin and his wife, and they basically saved me. I think if they hadn't been in my corner, helping me, I think I might have ended up homeless or something, because it was really bad for a while. But because I was
Mhm.
unemployed too at the time, and it was a rough go for a couple years there, I got to say. But I got through it, with the help of family, and that's why I value family and friends so much. Friends like you, Jill. I mean, it's just like it makes life so much more worthwhile, right? Because if I hadn't met all you wonderful people on this community in the last 2 years or whatever it's been now, I could imagine my life being a whole lot emptier. Because it's hard to meet people in real life, and it's a lot safer meeting people online, because you figure out pretty quickly the people you want to hang out with, and the very few that you don't.
It's
So
easy.
to speak.
It is easier to parse out for sure.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Mars Monkey Max says she's doing physical therapy after breaking her arm.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
That sounds not too bad then.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. Hopefully she
Yeah.
recovers soon and she does well at her physical therapy. Darth says, "Happy birthday to Canadian Spiderman, Night Jill, and everyone respect." So yeah, I'll have to say happy birthday to Canadian Spiderman
Yeah. Good
for
night.
Darth, for Pop Culture Curator, for Scotty R37, and for PvP.
Oh, thank you.
And James Caserta says, "Why is Spidey having a birthday party in the middle of the night?"
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
wondering that
know.
myself, actually. Good timing there, Spidey. You saw my rude comment earlier, right, Jill?
I did. It wasn't too bad, really, but it's
Well,
like, okay,
I
if
was
you're not
just a
going to be
little.
there, do
I
you
was.
even have to mention it?
I was just surprised. Like, I'll probably pop on for the first 10 minutes or so when Spidey goes live, just if he does read. I imagine will read the chat off the start. So Yeah, but it's like I was waiting till 10:30, and then 10:30 rolls around, and I click on the stream, and it's like, what? It's like 3 hours from now. So I was like,
Yeah.
it just kind of freaks you out, right? Because it's like expectations. Let's put it this way: if you had your best friend, and you were going to go and see the greatest movie ever, and then your friend, calls you up, half an hour before you're going to see the movie, and he says, "I can't make it tonight, dude." And it's like, what? It's just
But
like a
if you're
level of
good, but
disappointment.
if you happen to be awake in 3 hours, why don't you come? Mars Monkey Max says, I went to go get him a glass of water, and when I got back, he was gone. Oh, his he Mars Monkey Max was the last person to speak to his stepdad when he passed, and he was
Wow.
fetching him some water. Oh man.
Mm.
Yeah, and as you get older, that happens more and more in terms of losing people.
Well, you know what's scary is not just losing people, because I've lost most people now.
Mhm.
And being a survivor is not a lot of fun at times, because your life gets emptier and emptier. Like, I thank goodness I've got a wonderful cousin and his lovely wife, who only live like 10 minutes away from me here.
Yeah, and
And
apparently your cousin puts on a bunch of barbecues and parties and stuff, so that's fun.
we're going to have a barbecue next month, actually.
There you go. I knew it.
Well, the thing is, they worked hard in the restaurant industry for decades and decades, because he actually started off as a burger flipper at Wendy's restaurants back in the 70s. Then he worked his way up to a manager at the store. Like, that tells you a lot about my cousin, right? And after that, I guess he probably had some shares in the company and probably had some good investments through Wendy's. Then he decided to leave Wendy's and ended up getting a couple of Tim Hortons franchises. They're like Dunkin' Donuts here in Canada, right, Jill? They're very
Uh-huh.
popular.
Yes, I've
And
heard.
yeah, so he had a couple of restaurants for, probably 20, 30 years here in Kelowna. And so him and his wife were there working hard every day, and probably making some good money and tucking it away. So now basically they're kind of like retired, and they travel the world. Like last year they spent like 6 weeks in Japan, and in January they did like, I think it was 2 or 3 months in Thailand and Cambodia and Vietnam. So they're like world travelers. They've been all through Europe, and
Well, I'm glad they're there for you. And
yeah,
just like
and
we're
then
going to be there for Canadian Spiderman in about 4 minutes, less
yeah.
than 5 minutes.
Anyway, my cousin's basically, we're not cousins, we're brothers, because we've always been very close, because we're only born like 6 months apart, right? So we
Mhm.
grew up together basically, and we've always been more like brothers than cousins. So he's a very amazing guy. I just got to say, he's really one of the great people I've ever known.
Yeah. I'm glad you got some
Sorry, I
somebody
didn't mean
there.
to go on like that.
No, but that's okay. You really love him, and that's good. Larry says I'll be there. James Caserta says I'll be there too.
No,
And
but
but
I'll be there
Larry
for about 10 minutes.
very curiously asks, "What's in the Wendy's chili?" Well, you hope it's chili, but of course, I think everybody's heard the story where somebody found a finger in a Wendy's chili, and that's not good. But I've never found a finger in there.
Anytime I've got the,
So it's
actually, I
up to
think
you.
anytime I've got Wendy's, it's like I usually just get burgers, and their burgers have always been
Mm.
much better than McDonald's, like much better.
Yeah, I used to get the salad with the chili when I was a kid. I haven't eaten Wendy's chili in several years.
I don't think I ever did get their chili. Actually, had their salads and burgers and fries and stuff, and maybe
Mhm.
even fish if they had fish for a while. But I haven't eaten at Wendy's probably in about 6 months. Last time I picked up a burger through the drive-through. So, but their burgers are still pretty decent. But damn, fast food's so overpriced now. It's like, what, $6, $7, $8 for a hamburger now? It's like, yikes.
All right, now we're less than 3 minutes out. I'm getting excited now.
Oh no.
This is what I wanted to do like a couple hours ago, although now I'm getting kind of sleepy too. But I'm gonna go say hi
So you'll
to
get on
Canadian Spiderman.
You'll get on Spidey's stream, Jill, and about 30 minutes in, you'll doze off, right?
Probably.
I'm so
What?
glad you did this tonight, though. It's been so great, because probably would have, gotten bored and just gone to bed an hour ago. But This is much more fun because I really wasn't that tired anyway. I'm starting to finally feel tired now, which is perfect.
That's great. James Caserta says, "What did you eat tonight, Joe?" I ate some sushi. It was delicious.
Sushi. I remember that song.
Oh, I don't even know that song.
It's
Square Burgers.
It's by a band called The Tubes.
Mars Monkey Max says, "I like Whataburger." I do too. Whataburger's great. Wait a minute. Whataburger. Well, I think Matt G's asleep. And hello to the Woke Breaker. Hey, the Woke Breaker. In less than 2 minutes, Spidey should be. I don't know though. He's not in the chat. He hasn't said anything.
Just make sure he actually goes live and appears on screen, Jill, before you end this, because you never know. He might.
That's my plan. That's my plan, actually.
He might be behind the scenes, for another 5 or 10 minutes. You never know.
I don't even know where he is. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't appeared. He hasn't responded. He just all he did was change his time.
Uh-oh. So let me see here. I'm trying to find Spidey's channel. I just found it, and I'm going to take a look. And live.
He's got 6 people waiting.
They're very patient people. I left quite a while ago, and I just came back on now, so there'll be 7 people waiting, I guess. But if he doesn't start saying hi to people in the next 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to start getting really concerned.
Well, if it doesn't happen, then I'll probably just end this anyway because I'm getting tired.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm going to probably, I got maybe another 10, 15 minutes, and then I'm probably going to crash anyway, Jill. So that's
Pirate Dark Tiny. Now I'm reading Spidey's chat. Is over there. 9 people are waiting now. I mean, come on now, Spidey. You can do it.
I'm saying you got there, Jill. You say, "Hey." Mikey says, "Hey, Jill." That's a while ago, I'm guessing.
I just said it like a minute ago.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, there's Pirate Dark Tynave.
He's officially late.
Keenan 6. Oh, he's very officially late. Yeah.
Oh, where is that Spidey?
Yeah, I kind of wonder, when a guy's 3 hours late, what the heck happened? Did he have an emergency? Something serious must have happened. That's in the back of my mind, right? I'm thinking, wow.
Well, if he's gonna cancel it or make it for the next day, I don't know. We'll just see what happens. It's only been a few seconds. I don't want to jump to conclusions.
No, I'm good
just yet.
I'm good for 10 or 15. No worries, Jill. But I'm just thinking, if I scheduled something for 10:30, and if I knew I had to reschedule for 3 hours later, I'd probably just cancel it at that point. That's just me, though.
Lemon Pie said a long time ago at 2:53 a.m. Newton discovered fig Newtons.
Oh, I can't. I can't. I remember eating fig Newtons.
Really?
You
hate them that badly? Oh,
I really
God,
do.
Please stop.
They make me want to barf. I can't eat those things.
Mars Monkey Max says Elvis and my father shared the same great grandparents. What?
Wow.
How did I not read that earlier?
That's very cool.
Oh, and Mars Monkey Max also said, do you all remember the story in Florida where the husband's brother came to stay with them and a sinkhole pulled his bedroom underground? They never found his body. No, I don't know that story.
I actually read that story years ago, and that actually happened. The poor bastard got in a sinkhole and sucked underground. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if they found him, but they probably didn't because, those sinkholes can be pretty nasty, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I remember reading about that 20, 30 years ago now. Yeah, crazy stuff.
Yeah, I'm sending a message to Spidey.
Are you sending?
But if you got to go, oh yeah, I just asked him if he's going on. But I'm gonna close this up. I want to give him a minute. Like I'll give him 10 minutes.
Yeah, give him 10. Actually, if we can hang out for another 10, I'd be very happy. Because I enjoy your company, and I should be just about tired enough to get some sleep at that point in about 10 minutes.
Darth wanted to know if I ever had a flaming Dr. Pepper.
Wow.
Well, I've had a Dr. Pepper, but I don't know what's supposed to be flaming about it. So let's discover. Okay, in order to have a flaming Dr. Pepper, you need to have 3 parts amaretto, 1 part high proof liquor, such as Everclear.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's tricky stuff, Jill. Be careful with Everclear.
That sounds dangerous, yeah.
Well, Everclear, I had some at a New Year's party because I had a buddy that worked up north in BC for a while, and he brought a bottle back for the New Year's party with him, and he just poured it out in tiny little shot glasses for everybody, right? And I took 1 shot of that stuff, and boy, talk about warming you up. Like, it was like fire, right? And I was like, whoa.
Well, that's what it is.
You can feel the buzz in about a minute. Let's put it that way. I think it's 90% alcohol at least. Like, it's really strong.
That's the problem with this. It's the 2 liquors. Okay.
I don't think you'd be able to get Everclear.
You're not supposed to mix them.
You'd have to know a friend because I don't think they sell Everclear at the liquor store.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Well, I don't think they have it here.
Well, they have it here.
Not that strong.
Yeah, it's 100% proof.
Oh, well, we don't have that here.
That's so weird. Y'all don't have it, and we do, because y'all have stronger beer, and that's the difference.
Yeah, well, our beer is like strong. Yeah. Some beers
but
are like.
So the whole story here is that you take your amaretto and you put the liquor, the high proof liquor, on top of the amaretto, and apparently that starts a fire. Yeah, it starts a. Does that really start a fire?
Well, it's like almost.
Oh no! You set the shot on fire. I guess you have to fire it yourself, and that makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty much pure alcohol, so I imagine it would burn pretty good actually.
And then after that, you extinguish it with beer, and then you're supposed to drink the cocktail quickly. I don't know. Does that taste good?
Beer? I don't know if I want to drown in beer. That sounds kind of gross, actually. I mean, I don't mind beer. Okay, I'll drink beer once in a while when I'm in the mood, but I'm not a big beer fan. Like, I'm not generally loving the taste of beer. So, I don't know. That seems like a weird combo, actually, Jill.
James Caserta says, will you be on PCB? No, I won't. I'll be in the chat. I will, be around.
Still in waiting mode, Jill. Just wanted to update you.
Yeah, okay. It's not looking good for Spidey.
So far, Spidey has said absolutely nothing to the chat. I'm just reading it here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not looking promising.
Oh, yeah.
Geez, I hope he didn't like fall in a bonfire or something,
Yeah, right. I hope he's okay.
He's probably fine. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if he fell asleep by now. Jeez. Man, this is getting late here. Really, Spidey? Come on, man. Have you ever you've never done this, have you, Jill? Like posted a time and then be like hours and hours and hours late? I don't remember you ever doing that.
I did I was 40 minutes late for my I was 40 minutes late on my Leisure Suit Larry stream, but yeah, not.
Oh,
not
I remember that. I probably made a nasty comment too that night. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. It was fine. Oh,
I was disappointed, I guess. Let's put it that way.
Hey, there he is. There's the man we've all been waiting for, Canadian Spiderman. He says, please hit the like and subscribe button to help Jill grow this channel. It costs nothing and it makes her so happy. Yes, it does. It makes me so happy every time I see someone new to talk to. It does. It makes me happy if you can subscribe and like and all those things. And chat and comment. All that makes me happy. He's here. I'm so excited. I was getting worried
Well, he's in the chat. Don't end it until he actually starts streaming, Jill, because I bet he's still setting something up in the background. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm sure he'll get going when he gets going. I know what I'm doing.
I know what you're doing.
You don't know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing.
Oh, gosh.
Only I am in control.
That sounds a little... Gosh, I don't know how to respond to that.
I don't know how to respond to it. I don't know what I'm even saying.
Brother, life's a bitch. She's back in heat.
You got the bubble gum one there, Jill?
The bubble gum? Oh yeah, I have that one too.
That's a good one.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
That is such a good movie. That is really good. Oh, by the way, check out on my DMs. I sent you a list of movies for consideration on the 17th.
What do you want to talk about them while we wait for
Great.
Spidey?
Yeah, okay, that'd be awesome. Yeah, thank you, Jill. Yeah, just let me pull I got my Jill movies list here as I titled it, because that's what I do, because otherwise I won't remember stuff. Okay, my obvious choice, since I've mentioned this before, would be 2001: A Space Odyssey. Because you know that's one of my favorite films, and that would be a film we could definitely talk about. I imagine on a Friday for like 3 hours, no problem.
Oh, you know what? Let's put a pin in it. Spidey's on. Everybody, go check out Spidey's birthday stream. I will look over those movies and we'll figure it out.
Okay,
I do love 2001.
Yeah. Anyway, I put a bunch of other ones. I would have loved to have mentioned it for a minute, but you want to go then?
Yeah, I do want to go. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, but you put them in the Twitter. Well, it'll keep people in suspense. They won't know what's coming.
Yeah, well, I did DM you all of these.
Yeah, exactly. I'll know what's happening, but it'll be a mystery.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to post Spidey's birthday stream just one more time.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly mention that I put Escape from New York, Time After Time. That's
Escape from New York. Okay.
Nicholas Meyer's first movie, Time After Time, which has H.G. Wells as the hero in the film, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
And then I also, for the weird off pick, I put a couple of Sinbad movies because I'm a big fan of Seventh Voyage of Sinbad from 1958, Ray Harryhausen, my first film of his I ever watched, so that's my personal favorite. And then I picked another one because they're kind of short movies, so you could do them back to back probably easily in 3 hours, right? The second one's called Captain Sinbad from 1963, and it's got Guy Williams as starring as Sinbad 2 years before he did Lost in Space. So that is a lot of fun. That's actually for a low budget movie. The special effects can be cheesy at times, but it's a lot of fun. And hey, seeing Guy Williams do battle with a giant gloved hand in a tower at the end of the movie, you got to see that, Jill.
Hey, yeah, I'm glad you're excited about those. I'll take a look at the trailers for all of them and see which one I like the best. But for now, I want to go.
Okay.
I want to go say hi to Spidey.
Have a good
the
one.
Link, if you want to know where I am right there, right here at youtube.com/watch?B equals capital XF lowercase CK _DD F capital Y 6, and that's either an L or an I.
I just love that you read all that out. That's pretty cool. I'd never have the patience for that.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna play a few clips, and everybody go Jill raid Spidey and go say happy birthday to him, please. And I'll see you guys next time.
Good night. If I don't see you on the Spidey chat, good night, Jill.
Yes, good night, PvP.
I only use it for medicinal purposes.
That's green.
What can I do for you, Jim?
I said, give me the brandy.
It's to kill the pain.
I think you did a little too much LDS.
LDS? After a time, you may find that having is not so pleasing a thing after all.
But I'm ready to make history.
Learn all that is learnable. Learn all that is learnable.
And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
It has always been easier to destroy than to create.
Well, you have something new to think about. Carry on.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
Fine, I'll kill you later.
I thank you.
See you around the galaxy.